Okay guys, I think we are live here. If I am not mistaken, I think we are live. So, good afternoon everyone. We are in Nebraska right now, and we're going to chase a couple storms here, potentially. Right now, we got a little storm firing here, so there's a marginal risk out for today. Includes this area. We got a storm there by Fullerton, so I'm just going to kind of go after that for now. But I'm also testing out some things today, so that's kind of what this stream is all about. Okay, let's see if things are registering here. Okay, let's see if things are going. Am I connected? Yes. So big howdy to all. Stimpy for 18 months of members. Let's go. Appreciate that. Diane, good to see you. Been a while. Let's see. Bunch of others. Anna, Epic, Christy, Jennifer, Marian, Stefano's in, AJ, Weather Girl's in, Melanie is in. Congratulations to Melanie McKinney for completing her second master's degree officially today. And then Andy was in. Court the Brave, Lisa. Way to go, guys. Carl's in. Angie, Rachel, good to see you. Anna, member for 6 months. Thank you. And Jeanette, Chicago, Carly. Hey guys, welcome in. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody here. And just sort of a cool sky chase here, trying to get things kicked off, trying to get things going, trying to make something happen. Let's get things going. Potentially have a big year this year, so trying to make something happen. Yes, let's make it happen here. Jones Hunting Adventures in. Good to see you, Debbie. Teacup. I like that handle. Teacup. Auntie Liz is in. Adam. Good to see you. Are you guys ready for some big storm chasing this year? We'll see what the year's going to be like. You know, if you can't get to the storm, let the storm come to you today. So what we have going on today is actually a lot of serious weather happening in our area right now. Mainly centered around, the most serious part is we are in a red flag warning for fires. We're going to get some no, I don't want to open this. Let's see, get me out of that. See if we can get lay down what's happening here. Let's see if I can get some stuff up and going. National Weather Service, weather.gov. Okay, we'll go there initially. Weather.gov. weather.gov. So you can see for Nebraska some major red flag warnings out here right now for high wind gusts, extremely low humidity, and we are also in a drought. And Dragonflies, welcome to Storm Champion. Thank you for becoming a member. So we got the low humidity, plenty of dry fuel on the ground, and we've got very high winds, 20, 30 mile an hour gusting higher, I believe, and just very strong winds today. So we're keeping a watch out for fire. That's what we're keeping a watch out for. Let's see, in addition to that, let's see if I can get up. Let's go with SPC, make sure nobody behind me here, Storm Prediction Center. In addition to that, we're in a marginal risk right here. So there's a marginal risk today for some thunderstorm potential. And that's what you're looking at right out there is some storms that are firing. Next up here, let's pull up some radar. See if we can confirm that. So here you can see right in here, we got the red fire warning that we're in. And we got a storm there tracking up towards Fullerton, so that being said, we're gonna head toward it. I think it's actually off to the right over there more is where the storm is. So what I think I'm going to do is go toward it and cut north. Maybe I should just, yeah. At this point I'm going to have to go to Silver Creek, cut north to get in line with this, catch this storm. So we got the Platte River that we have to contend with and get around. We also have Columbus, which is going to be full of cars today. So let's just try to get on out to the other side of Osceola and then cut north towards Silver Creek, and then maybe we can head north and try to catch these storms. But part of what we're doing today is testing out some new equipment. This is actually a new road here north of Shelby. Testing out some new equipment. One of them is Starlink. So at the moment I am connected to two networks. One is Starlink, two is AT&T. So I'm connected to two networks. They're being bonded together in case one needs help, basically. So this is the first time I've ever had Starlink, and I'll show you the setup here at some point. Stop and we'll look at it. I'm running the Starlink Mini, which is mounted on the roof of the that is what new. Now I'm also live on Radar Mega, and I need to pull that up now. I can do that pretty quickly here. Let me go to, since I have not done that yet. I was in kind of a hurry to get out, so I'm playing catch-up mode here a little bit. So let's see if we can get Radar Mega going now. We are saved. Close that. So we should be live now on Radar Mega. So that's a new setup. I'm running a new setup on Radar Mega where I no longer have to manage Radar Mega. Radar Mega is going to manage it for me. So I'm down to just mainly will have to manage my YouTube live stream side of things, and Radar Mega is going to manage the Radar Mega side of things. I just basically have to show my location and turn on the streaming equipment, and it should all just happen. So that's one. That's another change that's being implemented for the first time today. So I'm going to see if we are indeed live on Radar Mega. We are. We got 4 people watching on Radar Mega, so that's new. It's new and working, so praise God for that. So we got Radar Mega going. Another small upgrade, and I might show you, and I'm going to test them out tonight, was I switched out my headlight bulbs from standard headlight bulbs. I would usually always buy the brightest and furthest I could, but they still were not working as well as I would like. Also, they were frequently go out. So I mean, I couldn't tell you how many times I've been pulled over by sheriff, state patrol, local police, whatever, for having a headlight out. I do a lot of driving at night as a storm chaser, and I would burn through them bulbs like crazy. Well, long story to say that I've now included LED, aftermarket LED bulbs to replace these bulbs, which is pretty cool. I see Cactus is in here. Good to see you, Cactus. So I'll be testing them out tonight too. So I've got both high beam and low beam LEDs. Might be a little bright on oncoming traffic, but I'll try to make that as smooth as possible. But that's an upgrade, so we might take a peek at that as well. Let's see, we got Dwight's in here also. Who do we got? Let's see who we got in here. Adam, already checked that. Streamlabs is in. Streamlabs is working. That's kind of new. Anna is lurking. Diane, the Weather Cat, WX. Weather Cat's in. Not sure I've seen Weather Cat in here before. That's a new one. Hibiki, WX. Hibiki, that sounds Japanese. I'd have to think about that one. And Nicob, or let's see, Nicob. something might still happen. This is to get out, get the rust off, to get ready, and test things out. Plus, this is like the first actual hint of a storm in Nebraska in quite a while, and a marginal risk today for this area. So that's just some amazing stuff right there. So we got a marginal risk happening. So probably won't be a long stream, but we're going to track it for a while, see what we can make out of it. So getting ready. So I want you to know I'm planning on a lot of storm chasing coming up. Kind of been quiet for a while. I've been very busy with a second occupation that I have as a minister. In the last couple of weeks, I've been extremely busy with that. But things there are quieting down and storms are ramping up. So looks like I'm going to be chasing Thursday unless that changes. There is a slight risk, and my current plan is to chase the severe threat out in Illinois, Illinois, Indiana, and that would be on Thursday. So currently planning to chase that unless it kind of downgrades and just doesn't look very good. There's also some potential for snow. I could chase snow as well on Thursday. Haven't fully decided right now. I'm leaning toward the severe weather chase. Couple of factors there. Now, just kind of rambling a whole bunch of stuff here, but anyway, the next thing I want to talk about, more upgrades. So we're working on stream graphics, overlays. Those should be coming out for the next chase on Thursday. We'll see. They're in construction right now, but those should be coming out on Thursday. Granted that everything's working right. There'll be some upgrades with that, and I believe, thank you, I believe the plan is that I got somebody helping me with, actually, just full disclosure, Riley Dibble is helping me with these graphics, and they're going to have some color changes. That is, if I'm in a severe thunderstorm, should be changing colors to that. If I'm in a tornado, polygon of a tornado, that will change. And Court of the Brave is a member for 19 months as a storm champion. She is one of the elite storm champions of all time. Thank you for that, Court. We're working on that's upgraded and a change. Let's see, anything else going on? Anything else? So the graphics overlays are going to be coming out. subscriber count on there as well. And that's kind of it. The other deal is probably going to be out here chasing a lot more this year as compared to years prior. I've had to sit out a number of storm chases over the years just because I was working full time and had a second job, and storm chasing was a third job. So was still able to get out on a lot of chases even with all of that going on, but now I'm down to storm chasing is going to become one of my priorities now. So we'll be getting into that. Now, we've got a storm. Looky here. So we got a storm that we are rapidly coming on to intercept. It's the strongest one out there right now, and we are in great position to engage this storm. You see it's tracking northeast nicely. Let's see if I can figure out the town there. That's the storm you can see off to the left. That's our storm. Let's see. Currently it's in Central City. That storm is impacting Central City right now. And let's see if it's got any velocities on it. Not really. Let's get on the right radar though. That's not the right radar. That's what we can get let's get on the up. So we're going to try to fully intercept this thing. That's the storm right there. And here it is. That's our location. Velocities, there's a little bit of wind in it. There's nothing definitive, but there's definitely some wind. And the threat for these today is going to be severe gusts. So we're just going to skip this for now. This is the road that will take us up north. We're skipping that. Also, you can see we're at the same time in a red flag warning. Critical fire weather conditions expected this afternoon. 20 to 30 mile per hour with 50 mile per hour wind gusts. So I was underestimating. So we got right now, I thought it was extremely strong wind out there, but we've got 20 to 30 mile per hour winds without the storm and 50 mile an hour wind gusts, not even including the storm. So that is what's happening. We are about to intercept the strongest storm in the neighborhood. It's coming quickly. Let's see what its track is on this storm. On this cell. The cell is moving at about 35 miles per hour. It's got 46 dBZs. Not sure what the top is. Got a max hail size of half-inch hail. So it might have a little bit of hail in it even. And that's actually, according to Radar Omega, it's pretty cool that it does give you those parameters of that storm. And we currently got about 7 people watching on Radar Omega as well. So we are closing in on this storm, or the storm is closing in on us, however you want to size it up. It's getting closer, tracking straight for us basically, and we are getting in position to get right in front of it. Conditions right now, believe it or not, Nebraska in February, it's 70 degrees here. Got an interesting rain shaft. See that rain shaft off to the left? See a rain shaft dropping down off of this thing. Check back on that later. Okay. We got cows. Cows are going to get a little bit of a shower. They probably haven't seen any moisture for quite a while. This is, like I said, we're in a drought right now, so whoa, cactus is dishing out some gifted members. Cactus with the 50 gifted. Thank you, Cactus, for that. Thank you for those gifted. Hear that? quick look. See that? That's the Starlink. The Starlink Mini is mounted right there. Of course, we got the lights. And this is the storm. I heard some thunder. That means there's probably some lightning. She's rolling in. Hear some geese, so that might be the leading edge. Cactus with the 50 gifted, so big W there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and lock in some focus so we don't have to deal with that. Welcome to Storm Champion, guys. Welcome to Storm Champion. So what's our storm doing? Lightning. Some geese are landing over there. They're going to start taking cover. Rain's coming in. See the geese out there. They're out there. Whoa. Let's do this. Let's get some wiper action going. Okay, let's see there. See, there's just a little bit of rotation right there. You can just see just kind of right in here, just a little bit with that. And then look at that. I mean, let's go ahead and check out the DBZs here. Whoa. I saw 51 decibels per Z on this storm. And the heavy part has not quite hit the bow. Boy, we need this rain so bad. Get a little bit more sideways. Let's see these wind gusts here coming across. See if you can see that blowing across there. This is where we're at, and this is what we're experiencing. This is the best storm. It's this one right here. So what we're going to do is I better get my glasses on to figure this out. we'll roll with it. And we'll come down here and maybe turn up toward Silver Creek, because I think this is going to continue to be the best storm. It's tracking. You got that red flag thing in the way, but it's hard to get back to the storm. There we go. Anyway, that's the information with it. I won't take time to read it all, but it's kind of splitting up, but it's the strongest storm. Let's see if you can see what it looks like behind. I think now we're going to roll with it. So we'll go back up to this highway. Go back up to this highway. Stay with this storm. So the storm is pretty much going to track northeast, and since we have a lot of sort of a gridded road network basically here in Nebraska, we kind of have to zigzag track with the storm. It's just kind of off to the left there a little bit north. But man, appreciate you guys joining in here. Starting to kick off the season. It's only February, but you got a thunderstorm here in Nebraska in February. That's a little different, so so the temperature dropped just like that. It was 70 degrees, now it's down to 54. After this storm went through, this is where we are now. We're behind it a little bit, but we're going to follow it. tracking off toward, it's tracking toward Columbus, so I could punch straight east and then stay in front of it. Maybe that's a better call, or track up into it. What should we do? Like it's the way it's tracking, it might actually cut south of Columbus. So now that I'm observing it, yeah, it's tracking kind of east. Might be better to stay right on this road. Low bit rate. Are we still connected? So yeah, so it says we're using 91% Wi-Fi, so that means primarily using Starlink at the moment. Primarily using Starlink. So I wonder if NEFO is in here. NEFO has been encouraging me with the Starlink fund to get Starlink. Let's see if NEFO's in here. We got Bud WX. Yeah, the robins did come back. I saw them it was, I think it was Friday, I saw my first robin. This is Silver Creek, right here. I'm not going to take it just yet because we're right on the storm is tracking a little more east. bottom edge of it. bottom feeding on the storm like a catfish. Watching it for basically for any structure. How's everybody doing? Is everybody ready for storm season to come back? So we've made it through most of the worst part of winter. February being the third coldest month of winter. After that, we've been through technically the three coldest months of winter. We're halfway through February right now, so getting closer and closer to springtime, and you know what that means. That's when storm season begins to really ramp up. Now this storm is still, it continues to be the only one really with a track on it, and it's, as you can see, you zoom out. Well, there's a storm up here to the north that also looks kind of nice. This one down here, I think, that we're on is the best at the moment. Into the town of Osceola. Population 875, at least on the sign. Tracks there are like the smoothest railroad tracks in Nebraska. They did a very good job when they laid that section right there. All right, time to pour a little coffee. It's that time of the day.
Hey, alert.
I didn't even know I had that on, so. Curls a little bit to the north, so giving us an idea. Look at the current storm. It's just a thunderstorm right now. So we're gonna get closer to it new to the channel, please subscribe. Join in the fun. I appreciate that sub. Would be a good way to support the channel. Of our store. Just like that, now we're getting where the temperature's warming back up. Now up to 68. No, it's just dropped down to 66, but it was in the 50s. Now it's back up. Nice looking storm out there. These storms here in the winter like this, and not real severe, but they sure do have a beautiful look to them, with the white wispy looking clouds with the gray and the blue. Enjoyable look. So again, this is the storm we're tracking right now. And we are just now coming into Shelby, Nebraska. So there's our storm coming into the Shelby, so I'm going to put it up here for a minute. We'll do Shelby. And then 5 miles on the other side of Shelby, we'll cut north, closer to this storm. Here's the storm, and it's tracking. It's pretty much tracking for Schuyler, Nebraska, and North Bend, Nebraska. So that'll be the trajectory of this storm. It's moving pretty quick because I'm moving along, highway speeds of 65 on average miles per per hour, and this storm is staying right with me, so it's tracking pretty quick. It's definitely moving right along, so this is a fast moving system. So part of the question will be, can we keep in contact with it? So right now we're about a mile away from cutting north, and that's where we're going to head up, back up closer to the storm itself. We might even switch radar now. It's getting coming into the Omaha. Yeah, it's coming into Omaha radar. So now it's actually heading closer to Columbus, Nebraska. I just switched to the Omaha radar, and there's the look. But where you see that purple line, that's the edge of the red flag warning. But that's also Highway 81, and this is where, right here is where we're going to turn. North, straight at the storm. Let's rev that Tundra up a little bit. Just give it a little romp there, just to kind of blow the cobwebs out. See how this old VA runs. Pretty good there. Let's get us right up to speed. Now these tracks are not smooth. That being said, look at the sky out to our west. The days are getting longer. How many of you like spring? Straight at our storm right now. There's our storm, and we're going straight north toward the storm that is just on the south side of Columbus right now. It's just gonna mainly impact the south side of Columbus, and the good thing is it's going to be dropping some much needed rain, dampen things up just a little bit. Not enough to really relieve the drought conditions, but maybe to settle the dust in that area a little bit. That's probably about the best we can hope for. And that's straight ahead right up here. And then off to our west is the sun is starting to lower and go down. It's a beautiful sky. So when you live out here, it's this part of Nebraska right here is nice and flat, so you can see long distances. Right in this area, actually those railroad tracks that we crossed just a little while ago, that was the location of the Nebraska's only F5. F5 tornado actually crossed those railroad tracks. You can read about it at the National Weather Service Hastings website. That's back before they had the enhanced Vegeta, which is now EF5 as a rating, but it was an F5, the only one ever in Nebraska. It crossed those railroad tracks. It was a long track tornado, and I wished I would have pointed it out when we were there. But it took several lives. It did a lot of damage. That happened in this nice flat area out here too, so you would have been able to see the tornado pretty easily. So like I said, one of the things we are testing out here is we are testing out Starlink, so that's an addition. I went with Starlink Mini just for convenience and a compact mobility, so that has added an expense. Let's see, I paid about, not a lot, but I think I paid somewhere around $200. I can't remember the exact cost, but I do know the service. The service is about $180 a month. So that's going to add to the storm chasing cost. But definitely had a lot of people requesting it, so we're adding that service to the mix. Now you can see our storm is moving off to the northeast, tracking a little more northeast, and it's getting a little bit out in front of us. So the storm is looking straight ahead on the road. Now here we're dropping down. You'll see a big hill way off in the distance. We're dropping into the Platte River Valley. Now there's an idea of what it looks like. You can see way off in the distance is the other side of the Platte River Valley. So now we're dropping down into it. That ridge you see off in the distance is the northern side of the Platte River Valley, and that's where we're going right now. Columbus sits down in the Platte River Valley. The Platte River runs very close to Columbus. It also goes very close to Schuyler. We'll cross the Platte when we get to Schuyler. We go that way here. Try to stay with our storm. We're going to follow the storm for a little bit, as long as it stays healthy and stay on it. Pretty much everything around it tracking on northeast right now, so we're going to stay on. Got some rain here. And getting into the... So what we're going to do is cut now east. Supposed to do things, and there was a car right behind me flying through. That could have been bad. So now we are back behind the storm somewhat, but we're closer to it. Over there, northeast of us. Okay, so just joining, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let me check something out here. Looks like we're getting close to 26,000. We're at 25,937. So we're about 60 subscribers away from hitting that 26,000 mark. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and it's not hard to tap on that subscribe button. It's pretty easy. Just put your finger on it or your cursor on it and click it. See, there's a Lydia in here, Lydia Road, and Yaya Girl, The Praise. Now those names are a little bit new to me. So God Strugglers in. How we doing there? Let's see, we got some folks in here. Got Ben Foreman. Got Ben Foreman in here. Okay, so Adam says only F5, only in Canada was back is at the moment looking a little, I'm almost afraid to show you, looking a little pale at the moment. There it is. That's our storm. But it still kind of looks nice out here. So we'll roll with it. And keep an eye out for others, but that's the situation. We'll see what it looks like when we get to Schuyler. Up looking a little better, but today's chase is in some ways more of a testing out the equipment, see how it's working. So the new way that I'm streaming on Radar Omega is working. Starlink is working. Matter of fact, most of what's being pushed out right now is coming from Starlink. It's about a tie here, but most of the time I'm seeing Starlink is the stronger service. Testing that out. At some point here we're going to look at get out and look at the new light bulbs. Okay, Adam says, I'm just happy to see you, John. Thank you. On the road again and seeing everyone in the chat. You bet. Me too. I agree with that statement 100%. Okay, Catherine says past midnight, so she's checking out. She must be quite a bit east of us. Maybe over there in the UK or somewhere. She's checking out. We'll give you a good look at the storm here. Still looking what's left of it. Has a cool look to it, I think. here. I'm considering doing a stream on the Sandhill cranes, and I should put if I could put a poll up to see who would be interested in what if one of our moderators has the ability to do that. Put up a poll. You would like to see a chase of the Sandhill cranes. Yes, I would like to see the Sandhill cranes live storm chase, or nah, I don't really care for that. But let me know. Let me know your thoughts on that. I love seeing them personally. I've been, since I moved back to Nebraska permanently, I think I have been specifically out to see them just at least 4, maybe 5 times. I've streamed on them before, twice, and those 2 didn't go very good, but also my streaming equipment back then was not nearly what I have today, or didn't seem to be. And then, but I see them about every year, and I know they're coming in now. They're starting to come in by the thousands. If you don't know anything about the Sandhill cranes, look it up, Sandhill crane, because the Platte River between Kearney and Grand Island is the main causeway for the Sandhill cranes. Even the whooping cranes, I've never seen a whooping crane, but they are on the endangered species list, and they are out there, I think, as well. But they're very rare. So to see the whooping crane, which is endangered species, that would be a good goal to be able to see one of those. So it's like we got some ones out there. If that's okay, I see some. I vote yes. I love to watch that. Okay, 1-1. Chris remembers me doing it. Vote yes. Okay, it looks like there's some interest. So we're gonna go ahead and set that up. There's probably some websites out there right now that will monitor cranes to see if they come in. So what I've learned, they typically come in for about 2 weeks. Different groups of them. They come for about 2 weeks, where they just kind of rest and they eat, and then the cool thing is that at dusk they all fly into the Platte River and land in the Platte River and hang out in the Platte River for the night. That's one of the most spectacular sights that's associated with them as well. So we'll try to get some. I'll do some posts, and I'll kind of let you know when that's happening. But Freddie has been out with there with me a time or two. He said he was interested in even doing it with me this time, so I don't know if I can get him out there for that or not. Maybe he could do a members, maybe I could do members, but I want everybody to see it, so now we're going north to Seward, not Seward, we're going north to Schuyler. But there's another storm that's to our south that's actually looking better than this one. So I'll probably maybe get to Schuyler, turn around, head back. Approaching from the south, back there somewhere. We'll see if that one decides to ramp up, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. So we're kind of in between. We're going up to this Schuyler, but down south of us now there's a bigger cluster of potentially with a track on it, so that storm might actually be better, and it's heading in the direction of David City. So maybe we'll go do that one. I don't know. Well, I can see if you look off right now, and the other thing is there's hundreds of thousands of geese around here right now as well. For some reason they stop along the Platte as well. And right now I can see a huge flock of them to my east. They'll stop here. There's a pull-off right here. So it might be heading this way. Let's just pull off here a second. I see some geese out there. Just that time of the year where they're all coming back. Plus, she can get you out of the car for a second. Now that's not a huge flock, but you kind of get the idea because there's more of them. They might be landing over there in the Platte. Look at that sunset over there. out of it. It's spinning a lot, but get off the road here. Some cars coming. This is the Platte River. Those geese are flying low over there. I don't know if there's going to be any of them in the Platte. There's nobody behind me. Platte's kind of up high because of all the ice and everything. Here's the Platte River. Up high because of the ice melt. Do a touch and go and then head back towards David City because that storm is stronger looking than the one that we were just on now. Before we go into the town, we'll leave you with the nice sunset and storms coming up from the south. Since I'm down to a little over a quarter. So this is what I got to be careful of because Starlink cuts when you're underneath. Did it cut? No, it's still on. Still on, guys. Let me get some fuel. All right, I'm gonna put in some fuel. Also, Starlink, yeah, Starlink did just cut because I shut the engine off. That's the thing I'm learning. So I've got to have power in order for Starlink to run. So some more geese flying over. couple sets of them out there somewhere. A lot of waterfowl around the Platte River. Okay, let's see what we got. We do have a storm going towards David City, which is that storm, a couple of cells there, and we are here. So we're going to go back down this road here and down this road here and engage them to David City. So that will be the plan. Now if I start this back up, I'm going to have to reconnect Starlink. See if I can do that without. Let's see here. This is the challenge supposedly with Starlink, is when you shut off the vehicle, or you lose power, then you have to reconnect it. And plus we also, let me see if I can reconnect it. We're streaming on cellular, but I want to. So I'm going to stop the stream and try to reconnect Starlink here real quick. Okay, now let's see. I just got a text. We are back connected. Hold on. No. No, that's just that. Okay. Okay, so we're back. Also want to check out the light bulbs, so let's do that. The new, I should have cleaned the lenses, but these are the new LEDs. Let's see. I've got to work on my lenses, but the LEDs, let me go ahead and put the brights on too. This is also a good time to do a pre-trip inspection, but looks like everything's up and running. pretty much as bright as it needs to be. So that's a win. Let's get some W's for the LEDs and getting Starlink back connected. Okay, so we've done that. We've done this. Turn the brights off so we don't get anybody mad at us. And now we'll head towards the storm, but first I've got to connect. Got a low battery there on the iPad, so let's connect that. Let's see if that will. Yep, that's working. Plug the, let's unplug that and plug in. Need these cords. Hey Valerie, welcome to Storm Champion. I just saw that. Thank you for becoming a Storm Champion. Working on some cord management here. So that's Starlink plugged in. And I'm missing some cords, so that something. I'm glad I figured that out as we get ready for the big chase. So I think basically we'll head for David City, and that's probably going to wrap it up. Still holding 66 degrees at night in February in Nebraska. So that's practically a record of some kind. Got a little bit stronger down there with the cell. coming up towards us. Now we are working our way down to it. So that's, oh wow, I just saw lightning. And I had the camera not on the storm. Let's keep our eye open for some more lightning. Venmo. Whoa. Lynn. Lynn, thank you for the Venmo. Thank you for the donation. Let's get some W's out for Lynn for the Venmo. Appreciate that. And we got, we still have Valerie, welcome Storm Champion. Hasn't missed anything else. W. Lynn for giving a Venmo donation. That's not the first time Lynn's given a donation. I know that for a fact. Storm, and it's tracking towards us. There it is. It is tracking towards us and we're coming toward it. So it's right out there somewhere. And that'll probably be our last tango. Valerie, I missed that. Let's see. Valerie sent a $10 donation for Starlink. Appreciate that. That, and I think that was on Cash App. But thank you, Valerie, for the donation toward the Starlink. Close to it. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. So I'm going to post it up on, add it up on velocities. And velocities, not really activity. Chris WX, thank you for the gift. Here's another donation to help with Starlink. Thank you for that. Mr. Storm just I just got a stream raid from Mr. Storm. So welcome in. Welcome in, Mr. Storm's viewers. Appreciate that. What's my favorite snack? Eat while chasing. Your snack is Lay's salt, vinegar potato chips. Okay. Well, my favorite snack while storm chasing would probably be here we're getting hit by the rain now. From now heading north, David City, my favorite snack would be the I guess the Parmesan cheese popcorn. up out of the Flat River Valley. Generally not too much here. Here's the storm, and we are in a marginal risk, but so far everything's been pretty much less than marginal, so probably if I get up here to David City, Nebraska, probably going to call it on this night test out the stream. So far, everything's been working. All the new like equipment and stuff has been working out pretty good. Kip's going to subscribe. Okay, good. Got Mr. Storm. Mr. Storm is fresh off of his time at the Chaser conference, where he had a good time out there, I saw. Kip Enfinger, Debbie's in, Diane, Chris, and Dalton's in. Michael. Reggie Jackson. Way to go, guys. Let's see. Let's go ahead and... Yep, well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for this. There's a strong chance that I'm going to be chasing on Thursday out in Illinois. If not, I will be chasing snow in Nebraska. So that's coming up. This was a bit of a test stream, so let's see, get the but it went pretty well. A pretty good little stream here, so they appreciate everybody joining in, but get ready for some more. Let's see here, how do I get to... There we go. I'm going to see if there's anybody else out here that may appreciate a redirect. We got upcoming, more max velocity, and then we've got Jordan Hall. So Jordan Hall is live, looks like, chasing. I'm going to go ahead and redirect to Jordan Hall, but appreciate everyone joining in here very, very much. Very much appreciate all of you. So God bless each of you, and have a great rest of your week. I know it's early in the week, but hope it goes. Hope your week goes very fantastic, and then we will catch you around. As you can see, our storm, it just kind of hit us and dissolved. And now the marginal is just kind of less than marginal. So up down here, there's a nice little storm down by Fairbury. That's quite a bit. That's about an hour to my south. That's probably the best one out there. So we'll leave it to the folks down there, but let's see what I do here. But for now, thank you everyone. Appreciate you. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and take care, and hopefully we'll see you on Thursday for another chase. But so long, and thank you.